Hey, what's going on everybody, and welcome back to my channel, Movie Files. Elliot back again with one of my favorite segments that I bring on this channel every single month, and that is sharing with you all my movie and TV bucket list. This is where I break down all the new releases for the new month, whether it's in theaters or at home, streaming on Netflix, Hulu, Amazon, you name it. And based on July's movie and TV bucket list, we got a lot of stuff to go over. I'm so excited to do so, but before we dive into it, make sure you all are following me on all my other social media accounts. If you all are new to the channel, well, welcome to the community. Consider subscribing to the channel, and while you all are at it, make sure you hit that notification bell. That way you can get the alert for when I drop new content. If you all enjoyed this type of breakdown video, well, make sure to give the video a thumbs up, share this video. It helps out the channel a lot, but I also appreciate all the support. And in those comments, July is stacked, ladies and gentlemen. Let me know what new movie, what new show are you most excited to check out, and let me know what was your favorite movie or show that you saw in June. Let's discuss it in the comments below. So for me, June was a stacked month. I did over 30 plus reviews. We did a bunch of live streams, had a great time, but again, July is shaping up to be a pretty spectacular month, and we're going to break it all down, starting off with what's coming to theaters. Coming this Friday, July 2nd, we have a sequel to a kids animated film by the name of The Boss Baby Family Business. Now, I personally haven't seen the first one. I don't have any desire to see the second one, but let me know if you guys are a fan of this franchise and if you are excited for this second Boss Baby film. Let's talk about it in the comments. But a film I actually have seen and got an early access to checking out, and that is The Forever Purge, coming out this Friday. I actually have my spoiler-free review on the channel now. I'll leave it up on the screen now, but check it out. It's the 5th film in the franchise, and they say it's the final one, but we know Blumhouse is all about that green, so we'll see if we'll get more Purge films based on the Forever Purge. But check out my spoiler-free review, and I'll let you know if it's worth checking out in theaters. But also coming out on the same day, this Friday, July 2nd, we have a new documentary by the name of Summer of Soul. I've seen a couple trailers in theaters. It looks really interesting, and it's also going to be available on Hulu, so I might give it a watch. But let me know if you all plan on seeing Summer of Soul in theaters or at home on Hulu. Let's discuss it in the comments. But moving on to the next following weeks, and that is July 16th, we have the sequel to a film that I wasn't the biggest fan of, and I actually reviewed it on this channel, and I'm talking about the sequel to Escape Room Tournament of Champions. The trailer, I'm not gonna lie, it looks pretty legit. It looks like the budget went up a little bit. It seems like the traps and the escapes. Again, this franchise reminds me a little bit of Saw, but obviously an escape room. So we have returning characters that, no spoilers here, but characters that made it out of the first one, introducing some other champions of the tournament. So trailer looks good. The actual concept and the traps look bigger in scale and scope. So I'm looking forward to it, even though I wasn't a fan of that first one. But let me know if you guys like the first one and if you're excited for this new escape room. Let's talk about it in the comment section. Moving on to the next week, which these are two films I'm really excited for, coming out July 23rd on Friday. Starting off with the new M. Night Shyamalan thriller horror by the name of Old. The trailer looks pretty intriguing. For me personally, M. Night has been kind of on a roll with The Visit. I know a lot of people hate Glass, but I enjoy that film for what it is, even though it's a bit of a letdown. I love Split. You know, what he's doing on Apple TV Plus with Servant has been pretty intriguing. And this cast, this premise, we know there's a twist coming. I'm really looking forward to it. I do know some people that have seen it, and they had some interesting things to say about it, but expect an early review for this channel for Old. But let me know if you all are excited for the new M. Night Shyamalan film. But coming out on that exact same day, I'm really excited for this film. And this is coming from someone that's not the biggest G.I. Joe fan. I'm talking about Snake Eyes G.I. Joe Origins. I wasn't sold on it when I heard that this was going to be a new film. It's kind of a reboot of its sorts. It's an origin story. Sometimes origins don't really work. The previous G.I. Joe films were fine. They weren't the greatest. But based on that trailer, I'm a fan of Henry Golding. I like the tone. I'm liking the action. I'm liking the cast. Samara Weaving's in it, and a bunch of other talented people. Listen, for someone that was gave zeros about this film a year ago to being really excited for it, speaks a lot to these trailers. Obviously, trailers can do wonders, right? Get you excited and you see the movie. It might not live up to the expectations, but I have a little faith in this film. But let me know if you all excited for the new Snake Eyes origin film coming out July 23rd. But wrapping out the month, ending Friday, July 30th, we have a new A24 film by the name of The Green Knight, which looks incredible. This film was supposed to come out last year. year, but unfortunately we know it got pushed back. The trailers have been great. This cast is phenomenal. I love me a good Arthur mythology, lore, and all that stuff. This looks fantastic, but let me know if you all are looking forward to this film. I'm hoping to get a screener for it in the coming days and give you guys my thoughts on it, but let me know if you're excited for all those films I just mentioned. Will you be going to the theaters multiple times this month? And if so, what's your most anticipated film coming to theaters? Let me know in the comments. So let's move on to streaming, starting off with the king right now, and that is Netflix. Coming out this Friday, we have a new horror film which is going to be releasing every single Friday this month, and that is the first part of Fear Street Part 1, 1994. Again, I'll talk about the other ones here in a second, but I tried to reach out to the publicist to get an early screener. Unfortunately, they didn't never respond, so I plan on watching this weekend and probably try to get a review out this weekend for you all. But it has a great cast. I love a good slasher. I love, this kind of anthology of sorts of tellings, 3 movies that are connected to one. I'm looking forward to it. I'm not too familiar with Fear Street. I believe this was a novel that came out in the early 80s or maybe late 90s, but I love the trailers. I love this cast. I hope it's pretty good because I love me a good slasher. But let me know if you guys are excited for Part 1 coming out this Friday. But moving on to next week, this is a show that I'm really not too excited for, but I know there's a lot of fans out there. That's July 8th. We have a Resident Evil Infinite Darkness anime series. Again, I'm not the biggest Resident Evil fan. I used to play the games when I was younger. I've seen 3 of the live action Resident Evil films, and I'm not too impressed. And I'm not too excited for this one, but let me know if you guys are looking forward to a new anime Resident Evil TV show coming out July 9th, or moving on to July 9th, as I actually say. We got a couple shows making their return, starting off with Atypical Season 4. We have Biohacker Season 2, and we have Virgin River Season 3. I've never seen any of those shows. I've heard good things about Atypical, and I plan on, once, because this is the final season, I'm going to probably go back and watch the previous seasons and see what it's all about. But those other shows I mentioned, I haven't seen an episode for, but let me know if you're excited for those shows making their 4th, 2nd, and 3rd season returns. But speaking of a show and a movie that I just talked about, July 9th, we have the second part of Fear Street, titled Fear Street Part 2, 1978. Again, I just mentioned it. It's an anthology. We're getting 3 films every single week for the first 3 weeks of July. I just expressed it. I'm looking forward to it, and this is the second part, but let me know if you guys are looking forward to this trilogy. Moving on to the next week, we have July 14th, Gunpowder Milkshake, which this cast looks absolutely fantastic. We have Aaron Gilligan, we have Lena Headey, we have Carla Gugino, we have Michelle Yeoh, Angela Bassett. This cast is great. It's assassins, kind of some Kill Bill vibes. I'm hoping to give it an early screening for you all and give you guys my thoughts on this new action assassin film, Gunpowder Milkshakes. Let me know if you guys are looking forward to that. And then wrapping out the Fear Street trilogy, we have on July 16th, Part 3, titled 1866. Let me know if you guys are looking for this trilogy. And then coming out on July 23rd, we have a new animated reboot follow-up series to Masters of the Universe Revelations. Now, I have seen a handful of Masters of the Universe. I'm very familiar with He-Man and Skeletor and all those characters, but I'm not steep into the lore. So I actually have access to the first half of the first part of this new show made by Kevin Smith and has an incredible cast. But again, it's kind of, I'm a little bit intimidated because, again, I've seen episodes when I was a kid, but I'd never really revisited them. I've never seen the entire season of Masters of the Universe. So let me know if you're a fan, or if you're like me, familiar with the IP but haven't seen many episodes, and if you're looking forward to this new, like I said, reboot continuation of the original series in the 80s, let me know if you guys are excited for it. But speaking of excited, I'm not gonna lie, we have July 30th, a return of a show that's a very YA adventure, treasure hunt type of show, and that is Outer Banks Season 2. I reviewed the first season on this show, and you can see my full thoughts on it. It's an interesting show. It has some highs, it has some lows, but I'm looking forward to see what this crew is up to in Season 2. But let me know if you guys are excited for any of those movies and shows coming to Netflix this month. Moving on to Amazon, this Friday, July 2nd, we have The Tomorrow War, the new Chris Pratt sci-fi action film, which I have the screener. I plan on watching it tonight and give you guys my early review later today, so keep an eye out for that. But let me know if you all are excited for this new action film coming to Amazon by the name of Tomorrow Wars. That's pretty much the biggest thing that I saw for Amazon this month. So we're going to move on to Apple TV Plus, which coming coming out July 23rd on a Friday. We have season 2 of one of my favorite shows last year, and that is Ted Lasso coming back, the Emmy-winning Ted Lasso. I reviewed every single episode last season. I plan on doing the same thing this season. One of my favorite shows last year. It made my top 10 favorite shows of 2020, and I can't wait to see what Ted Lasso and the whole team's up to and the whole supporting cast. I really love that show, and I'm really excited to get back into the Ted Lasso world. Let me know if you guys are excited for that. Moving on to Disney Plus, we have on July 7th, we have Monsters at Work, which I'm not gonna lie, I love the Monsters, the first one, Monsters Inc. The second one is okay, but I'm not gonna lie, I'm not looking forward to this series on Disney Plus. I've seen the trailer. It's a whole new essential like cast they're introducing. They're gonna have Sully and Mike and all them in the background, but they're not the forefront, so I'm not too excited for it. But let me know if you all plan on checking out Monsters at Work, coming to Disney Plus July 7th. Now, just to let you all know, I've been covering this show every single week. I do live streams about it, but we have a couple episodes that will be wrapping up the first season of Low-Key. Coming out that same day, we'll have the 5th episode of Low-Key, which, by the way, check out my full breakdown of episode 4 titled The Nexus Event. And then later tonight, 7 p.m. Central Time, we'll be talking about the episode live on a live stream. Can't wait to talk about it. But July 9th, a pretty big film, and that is Black Widow, which actually I reviewed on the channel a couple days ago. It's a spoiler-free review. It's almost like 20 minutes long. Again, no spoilers, but you can get my full thoughts on this next MCU film, which has been 2 years since we got an MCU film. So check out my full spoiler-free review on Black Widow, which will be available to pay the $30 premium price on Disney Plus, or you can see it in theaters. So check out my review on Black Widow coming out July 9th. Moving on to the following week, we have July 14th. We have the finale of Loki episode 6, which I can't wait to see what they have up their sleeve for the finale. But moving on to the following week, we have July 21st. We have Turner and Hooch, which I'm not gonna lie, I love the original. Came out, what was it, the early 90s, late 80s, but I'm not really looking forward to this TV show with the kid from Josh and Drake, which I never watched. But let me know if you guys are looking forward to this new series. And then wrapping up the month on Disney Plus, which will be available on Disney Plus for the premium price of $30. So we got 2 premium $30 films coming out to Disney Plus and also coming out to theaters that same day, and that is Jungle Cruise, starring Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson and Emily Blunt. So this is a film that I'm kind of, it reminds me a little bit of the Pirates franchise, based on a ride. 2 great mega stars. It looks like it's a lot of fun, so I'm hoping to get a screener because I ain't paying $30 for this film. But let me know if you all are excited for Jungle Cruise coming out at the end of the month on Disney Plus. Wrapping things up with a couple other streaming services, starting off with HBO Max. We have on July 1st No Sudden Move, the new Steven Soderbergh film, which, listen to this cast. You have Don Cheadle, Benicio del Toro, David Harper, John Hamm. We have Brandon Fraser, Noah Jupe, Julia Fox, Ray Liotta, Bill Duke. I mean, it looks great. It's a gangster type of film. I like Steven Soderbergh. This cast is incredible. I didn't reach out to HBO Max. I totally forgot this was coming out. As I'm shooting this, it's coming out tomorrow, which is today on Thursday. So let me know if you all are excited for it, and we'll see if I get a chance to check it out and maybe give you guys my review over the weekend. But a show I'm definitely not going to watch, and I never watched the original, but I figured I'd put it in this list, and that's July 8th. We have Gossip Girl, which I believe is a reboot, if I'm not mistaken. Let me know if you all are excited for it. Again, I've never seen an episode of Gossip Girl. I know who was all in it and the hype that was surrounded in the early 2000s, but I'm not planning on watching this show. But let me know if you all are excited for the reboot of Gossip Girls. But a show I will be checking out and probably reviewing on a weekly basis, depending on if you guys want me to, and that is the new HBO and HBO Max show, The White Lotus, which is a comedy, black comedy, satirical drama with an incredible cast. It has a tinge of comedy with a tinge of mystery and a little bit of drama going on. Let me know if you all are excited for this show. And again, I plan on watching it every single week and maybe giving you guys a recap if it's worthy of a recap, but we'll see what comes of that. But wrapping up HBO Max, and another movie coming to theaters as well as streaming on services like HBO Max, we have Space Jam: A New Legacy. I was somewhat excited for the film. The trailers came out, really didn't do much for me, and I don't know, the further and further along we went with the marketing, I've just become less and less excited for it. I grew up in the 90s. Of course, I grew up with Space Jam. I'm a huge basketball fan. I respect LeBron and all the NBA stars who's going to be in this one, but I'm really not excited for it. But let me know if you are looking forward to this Space Jam, a legacy film, coming on HBO Max as well as on theaters July 16th. Wrapping up with Hulu, we have July 15th, American Horror Stories. They're going to be premiering the first 2 episodes, and I believe, if I'm not mistaken, it's going to be a 16-episode season. It's a spinoff of the American Horror, that we're used to, but it's going to be comprised of like different stories. I don't know if it's going to tie into the original series. I don't believe there's going to be, your Evan Peters of the world, your Jessica Langes, your Sarah Paulsons, but we'll see what comes of that, because later on this year, we will be going back to American Horror Stories with the main cast, and that's kind of been my catalyst for not watching the last few seasons. No Sarah Paulson. Jessica Lange's been gone for, almost 3 seasons, 4 seasons. Evan Peters wasn't involved, but we're getting Sarah Paulson back. We're getting Evan Peters back. We're getting Macaulay Culkin back, and that's later this fall. But as far as this series go, I don't really know too much about it. They had a little teaser with the person dressed up in the leather, so I'm assuming it's going to tie into some of the original American Horror stuff. But 2 episodes premiering on Hulu, FX on Hulu, July 15th. So that's kind of the main thing I saw on Hulu. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Movies coming to theaters, movies streaming on Netflix, Hulu, Amazon, Disney Plus, as well as new TV shows and season finales and season premieres. Let me know what you're most excited for. I'm looking forward to the low-key wrap-up, the episode 5 and 6. I'm looking forward to this new show on HBO with the White Locusts, and a couple other things that I'm really looking forward to on Netflix as well. So let me know what's your most anticipated film or show coming this month, and let's discuss in the comments. As always, make sure to like the video, share the video, leave your thoughts in the comments section, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and hit the notification bell. That way you don't miss any of my new movie reviews, TV reviews, and live streams. We're going to have a great month, and I'm looking forward to talking about these new movies and shows with you all. So hope you all are staying safe. Hope you enjoyed this breakdown video, and we'll see you on the next video.